Hey guys, so we are live for the very, very first time in a very, very long time. This time it's not just YouTube and Facebook, but we also have TikTok. So to everyone in TikTok, I salute all of you. This is one of the few times that I get to go live. So for this video, we're gonna do number one. We're gonna discuss your questions. People sending their questions both from YouTube, Facebook, and also TikTok. Then above and beyond that, let's try to make sense on what's happening uh, throughout this whole ECQ thing. And now we have people joining us. Ayan na, we have Micah. Hello to you. You have Micah CPA. Okay, you have Elise Macedonio. You have Jerry Well. Hello to you. Vincent Magsangkay asking for MM. Patrick Miguel, hello. We have 21 people in TikTok joining us, 237 from both YouTube and Facebook joining us all together. So hindi ko alam gaano katagal to. No? So pasensya na that hindi ako masyado nakakapag-live and I really haven't done Stocks by Request over the past few weeks. No, super busy. And because maybe mag-ECQ tayo, so I'll have I'll have some free time over the next few days. But it's been very, very interesting, no, at least also from my perspective, that if you watch the video that I posted in YouTube just a couple of minutes ago, last week we saw a lot of downward volatility for Philippine stocks. Then we also saw that for tech stocks in the US markets. And we also saw that in the cryptocurrency market. So very, very interesting in a way. And by the way, so we're not limiting this lang to Philippine stocks. If you guys have questions about US markets, put it also in the comment section. I'll try to answer that also right now. For cryptocurrencies though, no, I'll try my best to have a software na magkasama lahat, but I don't know how I can do it in one video. So most likely we'll just limit this to charting, at least for Philippine and US stocks. Pero if you guys have any questions that are not that I don't need a chart for me to answer it, I'm gonna do my best. So yun, 33 people in TikTok, hello to you. 432 combined YouTube and Facebook joining us. Okay, sige, let's start to si Crisel. Kanina pa niyan mini-message yung MM, so we'll start with that. And I need water to hydrate myself also. So I don't know how long this will go naman, no? But let's see, let's start with MM. By the way, comment below if you guys bought the Meridian Prime REIT. Were you able to go for it? And what's interesting, no, I just want to say this also. People were expecting it to go higher because mababa yung price, but please remember, medyo mabigat siya. And the characteristic on why people would buy REITs is because of the dividends that you would get from it. So kahit ako, yun lang yung habol ko. I would go and position myself to buy REITs primarily because of, alam yun, I just want to get the returns off of the dividends. So sa mga taga-TikTok, sorry, natatakpan yung comments. I can't really read them right now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on with our analysis muna dun sa stocks. Then later on, babasahin ko lahat ng comments nyo sa TikTok. Let's just follow on first with the question sent from YouTube and Facebook. So for Mart, this is what's interesting about it. This is the current support and resistance, so for the short term. By the way, I wanted to say this, that I mentioned it already naman sa video that came out in my YouTube channel at 8 p.m. Pero we're in ECQ. We will be in ECQ at least for a week. By all intents and purposes, that's not something that's very positive from a market perspective. That's not something that's very, very exciting. That wouldn't trigger people to buy, primarily because please remember yung pinaka nangyayari sa atin ngayon na that majority of the countries in our region are somehow the cases are going down and we're the few ones that's going up. So from that perspective alone, if I'm a large foreign fund, the flow of my money will go in areas where there's more certainty. At least from that perspective. So people have been asking, will we go back to the levels of where we were in 2020? I honestly do not know. But what I do know is this is not a bullish sign. This is more of a bearish trigger for the markets altogether. And please remember, ECQ limits mobility. Although transportation is better kumpara sa nangyari sa ECQ noong March, April 2020. But what we're seeing right now, the mobility is still limited. So please do note that kahit gusto mo gumastos, gusto mo magtrabaho, you want to go here, it limits spending. And as we limit spending, this is not good for the economy. However, just to balance everything out also, it's quite fearful that napupuno yung mga hospitals eh. That's one. And hindi lang sa napupuno yung mga hospitals, yung ventilators, yung mga tools na pwede nilang gamitin to be able to treat people are not available. So we don't want that to happen because when that happens naman, it gets overloaded. Pero it's worrisome lang because we are already 1 year into the ECQ. We are almost 13 months into the lockdown when we first started, or almost 13 months already, plus 12 months already, that we should have figured this out already eh. Kung ano yung pwede na sana natin gawin eh. For this to be prevented, more localized areas already. It's just that siguro it's getting out of hand already in that particular aspect. So yun, siguro a glimmer lang that may make this have lesser impact is that next week is Holy Week, meaning Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, majority of people would not be really going out din naman altogether. So I think timing wise, this, if I would put a ECQ at any moment in March or April, this would have been an opportune time because majority of people will be at home din naman. However, also just to balance everything out, it will hit tourism because as you all know also, madami sanang either magsa-staycation or they would be out during the Holy Week that hindi na nila magagawa. So it will hit, especially this current ECQ will create a bubble inside Metro Manila and then the surrounding cities that it will be harder to go out. May mga hotel owners, restaurant owners, dive spot owners, mga may-ari ng mga Airbnb facilities. Syempre, it will impact the airline industry, tour companies, then yung mga transportation doon. It will greatly impact tourism, in my opinion. That would have been sana a very, very good holiday weekend for a lot of Filipinos. So, yun, that's my take on it. But let's look at what the charts are telling us. So let's start first with MM. We have 37 people in TikTok joining us and 606 people from both Facebook and YouTube. So this is the current range for Mart. Your resistance right now is at the 521 level. Your support right now is at 433. MACD is currently bearish. ADX is also confirming the bearishness of it. All three moving averages, 20, 150-day moving averages right now are bearish. So one thing I'd like to show you also is this is, it's currently building a bearish base right here that it's consolidating on its lows. So one thing that we can actually do right now is you can also project this together. This is its downward trending line. Now, that being said, Mart is right here, close to the resistance already. Three resistances, one from the 20-day moving average, the second one from the 521 resistance level, the third one from the downward trending line that we have. So please do note for those who attended their Stock Smart sessions that when you are looking at certain charts, there's a greater preference when a lot of the indicators are showing you that it's bearish, like this, ADX, and then this whole time Mart is below the zero line cross also for MACD. So there's a greater preference that from this particular this look, that this 5.21 area would reiterate itself that selling may possibly happen. Then you have all of the not so positive news that's happening, which may bring markets right here. So that being said also, if the 40.33 support level does not hold, then the possible retracement areas where Mart could go, should selling be stronger, is you have an area here at 3.48, then you have another area at the 2.75 level. So that's basically it right now for Mart. Anyways, thank you so much, Cristel Pangilinan for asking that question. 668 people, 671 people joining us live from both YouTube and Facebook, and in TikTok we have around 40 people joining us. Sige, sa mga nagre-request ng crypto, no, I'll probably make a separate video na lang for cryptocurrencies altogether. Yung naka-load sa akin na platform ngayon is what I use for both US and Philippine markets. Ulysses Salonga, safe po bang investment ng eToro? I personally use eToro. I made a video of this. You can watch this, no. Watch my interview with Jeff Go from eToro, and then I asked the questions that a lot of people would be asking, kung stable ba siya, meron bang nagre-regulate sa kanya. You can just search it. It's an old video already. I think it was a year ago. So all of the questions regarding I guess the pressing concerns of people on eToro, we address that there. But if you're asking me if I use it, it's one of the platforms that I use to buy global stocks. But above and beyond buying global stocks, it's one of the platforms also that I use for cryptos, because you can buy cryptos there. But please do note that as you buy cryptos there, you're buying only the CFD version. You're not buying the actual cryptocurrency as well. So di mo siya malilipat sa wallet mo. I think yun lang yung parang pitfall nun. Anyways, Keanu, natabunan na. Okay. Hi, Engineer Marvin. Thank you so much for always doing this. God bless po. Thank you also, Engineer Balasisha Hana. Okay. Kent Panaligan is asking for Dito. Let's look at Dito once. Let's look at Dito. I wasn't able to make a lot of videos already from the start of March, no. Pero one thing that you need to consider also for Dito is that March is a time frame where dun na talaga sila nag-start pag-operate. Please do note that before it was operating, everything that people would go on were the milestones, meaning technical audit, how were they in terms of their deliverables for the government. Ngayon, they're already operating. It would be very, very interesting already to see how big of a piece of the market that they would actually get. And they already disclosed it naman, no. I think for the first 2 years, I'll make a specific video about Dito, but for the first 2 years, they already said that they won't really turn a profit. So it has to go beyond yung them operating, because them being a third telco just puts them into the door. They have to perform in a way that they would take out sales from either PLDT and Globe for it to be validated from a fundamental standpoint. Now, looking at the charts, if you notice it, no, halos pareho yung progression niya ng Mart. It's also consolidating at this particular level. The thing about Dito though is that I wanted to note this, that you already have a downward cross here, which is a bearish undertone, for the market. It's a relatively stronger bearish move whenever you see the 20-day and 50-day moving average crossing down on us. Shout out to Teng Romero, who's watching us. Matagal ko na siya kilala, more than a decade already. So I thank you for joining, and I hope madami kang natututunan dito. Another thing about Dito, ganun din, the 100-day moving average is bearish. MACD below zero, also ADX is also below zero. One thing that's protecting it right now is the 200-day moving average, and then you also have a support level at the 8.26 mark. If I'm gonna put some support levels, just in case, no, I'm plotting the support levels just in case there would be some sell-offs because of the news that we have on the ECQ. These are the possible landing spots that the stock could possibly go into. Possible landing spots should selling happen, 8.26. That's where the next support is. 6.75. That's another support, which is pretty much close to the 200-day moving average. Then you have another one at the 5.51 level. And if you'll allow me to zoom in here, I just wanted to note also, no, ADX is above 30, denoting as more bearish momentum going down. And I just want to point this, that if you plot this together right here, there. This is the highest point, no? Then it started to slope downward. So you are seeing this particular push going down. So if you look at Thursday and Friday's movement, nakaalis na sana siya from this sloping downward progression. So let's see over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 trading days lang tayo next week. Will the 8.26 support level hold? Because uh, uh, let me zoom in here. You see it naman quite clearly here, no, that dito also is sitting around this particular resistance at the 100-day moving average. So as you all know, as it being the resistance, more selling is evident in that particular area. So there could be a test also here at the 8.26 level. So if 8.26 level will hold, then we suddenly see dito move under this progression. So yun din yung tanong sa akin ni Teng Romero kanina, what could be the possible movements if you'd like to trade dito. So looking at it from this chart, just this chart alone, 8.26 support, 11.49 resistance. However, should selling happen, possible layers of where dito could retrace 6.75, which is where the 200-day moving average is. Then 5.51 also, where we have another layer of support right there. So water break. Hindi pala water break. Coffee break pala. Coffee break. Yan. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's continue. Trev is asking for PHA. Feds is asking for GMA and CLI. Feds, please watch my video that I posted at 8 p.m. I showed the chart already of GMA there. It's steadily moving in an upward trend. What's interesting about it though, right here, right now, is the dividends that they declared. GMA for some time now, it was part of my dividend portfolio, but at some point I replaced it. So nanghinayang ako, sabi ko sana yung ako noon matagal. My position for dividends at that time was a bit lower. So at the rate that they're giving dividends right now, taas sana noon. But yun talaga, hindsight is 2020. So what I'll do is, guys, comment below, what do you like more? PHA, request ni Treb, or CLI, request ni Feds Gula Jr.? Comment below, and then let's try to answer it. I just want to know what you guys want. Dito or dito. Ano sabi ko, PHA or CLI? Sibulan Masters or CLI? Sorry, Sibulan Masters or PHA? Okay. Mark says CLI. Dan says PHA. Okay, sige, mas madaming PHA. Sige, let's do PHA first so that we maximize what you guys want. Okay, PHA, this is how it looks like. This is the current support level and this is the current resistance level. Medyo mas evident yung consolidation ng PHA. It looks very, very consistent that it's moving sideways. 1.8 support level, 3.23 resistance. Short-term resistance, you can also peg one right here around the 2.48 mark. So that's, in my opinion, the current consolidation, the current range where we're actually seeing PHA move. So larger resistance is at 3.23, which it hit at the start of 2021 and several points during February 2021. But since then, it has not gone back at that particular level. Resistance niya is 2.48 right now, which is where the 20 and 50-day moving average is. Support niya is 1.8, which is where the 100-day moving average is. But I'll just place this. Should there be sell downs on the next week brought about by the news, these are the current support levels that it could possibly retrace into. One is 1.38. The next one is 0.945, which is where the 200-day moving average is. So please do note that at least for PHA, yung bearish lang natin is 20 and 50 days. But you have the 100 days still higher, which is where the 1.8 support level is. Then you have another one at the 0.945 level, which is where the 200-day moving average is. ADX, bearish already. MACD, bearish already. PHA right now, from an RSI, at least from an overbought, oversold perspective, it's starting to cross up already from that particular level. So that's where we are for PHA as of this point in time. LeBron Jake is asking for Davin. Miko Roman is asking for Converge. Davin again. Tapos na tayo dito. PHA and dito. By the way, tama si JV. Guys, kung tagasan man kayo, please comment what city are you from. I'm just curious. Saturday, 11 p.m. Philippine time, 11 a.m. If you're from New York, a.m. if you're from New York. Let me know. Let me know kung tagasan kayo. So JV Espinido from Germany. Hello to you. Sige, comment also. I want to know what you guys want more. Davin or Converge. Please put it in the comment section, Davin or Converge. Go. Conch Lorenzo and Renel Rosales were done already with MM. Yun yung unang chart natin for the day. What do you think, guys? Converge or APL? Converge or APL? Sorry, Converge or Davin pala. Parang mas madaming APL. Sabi ko Converge or Davin, pero a lot of you are asking for APL. Sige, APL na lang. Sabi ko Converge, Davin. Sabi ko okay, anyways. Let's do this. So this is APL. This is its short-term consolidation level. As you can see right now, the largest resistance for APL is at 0.3. Then you have another resistance at 0.205, which is where the 20-day moving average is. Then you have a support level at 0.156. ADX is confirming the consolidation, but it's showing a more bearish undertone. Similar also to MACD, which is showing a more bearish undertone as well. But everything's confirming that it's still currently consolidating. So should a sell down happen next week or at any point in the given week, these are the next support levels. 0.156. Then you have another one at the 0.106 level for APL. By the way, for those watching this in YouTube, we have a Zoom technical analysis course that's happening sometime May, I think. The details are in the description below. For those in Facebook and TikTok that want to join that, for those in Facebook, just comment technical analysis, and then after this I'll try to send the link na lang sa inyo. Sa TikTok, I don't know, I haven't figured out a way how to have links sa TikTok. I think nasa bio ko meron doon about the details of it. So for those who find this a bit complex, the candlesticks, the moving averages, MACD, RSI, ADX, that's where we do a deep dive on that during the course. I think it will be Zoom, so it will be available to everyone that's even if you're from other parts of the world, I guess. Anyways, MRC, DDMP REIT from Yoli, APL, tapos na. There's a lot of requests for DDMP REIT. Erwin, GMA7 SEC, watch my 8 p.m. video in YouTube. I posted my answers to that already in the charts for that dun sa video na yun. So the thing about the thing about REITs is and the thing about companies that are newly listed is wala pa siya masyadong charts. As you can see right here, wala pa siya masyadong candlesticks na makikita because the strength of technical analysis is past prices brought about by charts. Since 3 days pa lang siya since it listed, you don't have a lot of past prices yet. So the strength of technicals is pag matagal na meron past prices, and that's where you can analyze it from that point. So for just the sake of looking at this, kung pipilitin natin, this is how you could segment this, no? And that's how it could possibly look. It's a very, very thin range. 2.24 support, 2.27 resistance, very, very thin. But sa akin, my approach for REITs, similar to what I've been saying for a REIT and then for the other REITs that I've purchased outside the Philippines, pang dividends talaga siya. I'm a big fan of dividends, primarily because it gives you passive income. It gives you a shot na kahit hawak mo lang siya, kahit wala ka nang gawin, kahit mag-TikTok videos na lang tayo or mag-YouTube, Facebook videos, because it gives you a passive return, you get dividends on a regular basis. So I think that's what makes it interesting for me. And yung gusto ko sabihin pala, I think no, the underlying difference um for REITs is, please remember that as time progresses, since property yan, rentals normally no over a stretch period of time tumataas. Meaning habang nagtataas yung renta, yung tenant mas mataas yung binabayaran. Kung mas mataas binabayaran, diretso sa inyo yan. Since diretso sa inyo yan, 90% of REITs are given out as dividends, you get a higher return. So, yun. Anyways, John Santos, mag-join ka sa Kumu. May enjoy sa Kumu. I tried, pero wala eh. Walang naman. A good friend, si Salve Duplito, she's doing very, very well in Kumu. No one's watching me in Kumu. I don't think I'm gonna do a good job in Kumu. Most of my peoples are in in YouTube. And what's interesting to the people in TikTok, thank you sa inyo. I didn't expect TikTok to be strong, no? My TikTok following is larger already than my Twitter and Instagram following, and I think over the next few months, TikTok will overtake Facebook as well. So yeah, I'm excited for TikTok. TikTok something that's very, very, very good and interesting for me. Sir, ano po best platform for global stocks? I don't think there's a best platform, no? Kasi lahat ng mga platforms naman meron siyang pros and meron cons. Pero my suggestion is, since it does not require a lot of money to open, especially sa mga online platforms, you can try everything. And then madami naman silang mga virtual account, madami silang mga free trials that you can test. And then yung pinaka nag-fit sa inyo, that's what you can try and use. I guess yung advantage lang talaga ng eToro is that sobrang daling gamitin. And for those who are using eToro, by the way, the link is in the description for those who want to sign up for eToro. But for those who are using eToro, every time I use it, para siyang feeling mo naglalaro ka lang. It feels more like a gaming, di naman, a social app more than a stock app. So it's less intimidating. Tas sobrang daling magpasok ng pera. Sobrang daling mag-transfer. And alam niyo naman, since may cryptocurrencies yun, pag meron kang gustong bilhin, kahit madaling araw, which is nagagawa ko at times, tapos wala na akong cash, ang daling mag-transfer. So, yun. And I think it democratized it as well. But my suggestion, you try it and you do something with it. Raymond's asking, Raymond Maninantan from Facebook is asking for URC and Bloomberry. URC, I discussed it already in my other video, ATM YouTube video. You can check it out there. But let's look at Bloom na lang. Sige. Okay. Need some water, sorry. You made up sa live, I need water. Okay, Bloom. So this is how Bloom is right now. If I'll put this together, you're seeing already, look at this, the highs are starting to descend, meaning it's showing you that, this is exhibiting characteristics of a stock that looks like that it's in a downtrend. Now, if you are looking for confirmation, the ADX this whole time that Bloom was doing its lower highs and lower lows, ADX was also confirming it. And MACD also at this entire time is confirming it. And if you're looking at it from an RSI level, RSI is also confirming it that it's oversold. So please do note that when a stock is oversold, it means sellers are in control, more sellers bring the prices down. It's just that it has been sold down at a massive level. But right here, for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, you do know that when a stock is oversold, it could be a confirmatory signal already, also showing you when stocks are more bearish. So from this point in time, analyzing at least the trend, Bloom, trend-wise, downtrend. I wanted to add this also. You have the 20-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average, which is another bearish signal. Then you have this trend line mimicking the 50-day moving average. So, ganun din. You have another bearish signal right there. Then you have the 100-day moving average giving you another bearish signal, plus the 200-day. Then that being said, also you have the 20-day moving average sloping massively downward, which is showing you another bearish confirmatory signal, at least for Bloom. Now, from a short-term perspective, This is its current resistance right here, 6.98. Then this is its current support at 6.68. The stock as of yesterday hit the resistance already, and it has been there for 2 days now. So should there be any downward move, it's not something that should be surprising also for you, primarily because Bloom is at the resistance, at least for the short-term resistance. That being said, also, possible retracement areas should selling happen for next week. 6.68 as the first support that we have. Then what I normally do is I zoom out to look for where the next possible support level is. So next possible areas that it could retrace into is 6.23. The next one here is around 5.92. Then you have another one right here, 5.49, then 5.19. So those are the possible areas of retracement for the next few days should selling actually happen. So please do note that for next week, we only have 3 trading days. Lester, we've talked about GMA 7. Okay, we have John asked from Dubai. Hello to you. I've been going to Dubai at least more than siguro 1 to 3 times a year since 2014, and then last year lang talaga natigil because of the lockdown, and then natigil again. I don't think I'm flying anytime soon, no, based on how things are going right now. Mukhang matagal pa. And just an interesting footnote, by the way, that the vaccines can, based on what, I'm not an expert on this, no, so the vaccines treat a specific variant lang. Yung problem is, ang daming variants na lumalabas that are more contagious, tas mas mabilis mag-spread. And for some of the vaccines, hindi niya covered yon. So, I don't know how long these lockdowns will go. That's why it's nice to be happy where you are right now. And siguro for most of us that are into stocks, we're kind of the blessed ones because you can still trade Philippine stocks, US stocks, and also cryptocurrencies kahit nasa bahay kayo eh. And it's nice. It's a blessing that we don't need to go out in order for us to find ways also on how you can earn. So there. Si Thomas watching from the moon daw. Amiel Punsalan, what do you think, sir, of FMETF? Tuloy lang ang peso cost average after 20 years pa naman. So please remember, I'll add context because context is everything. At least this video series that we're doing, Stocks by Request, is primarily for people who want to trade, no, either quick trading the volatility, or position trading, following the trend. You can also use technical analysis because FMETF naman follows the PSEI and natitrade naman yung PSEI. So I think that's very, very possible as well. If you peso cost averaging in terms of context, in my opinion, are really for people who want to be investors. So if your timeline is long, I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing peso cost averaging, especially if you want to be more passive. Meaning, the reason why you want to go in FMETF is ayaw nang analyze it. Anong mga stocks bibilin mo? How do I allocate it? How do I time it? And you just want to go with just one particular input. So, pwede. So, please remember though, there's no perfect strategy. FMETF and doing peso cost won't give you those massive returns also, because you're getting the average. That's why there's a reason why it's called averaging, because you get a specific average lang. It won't be the highest, but it will also protect you from getting the lowest. And okay na rin yun, because please remember, we have 554 people watching us both from Facebook and YouTube, then 21 people from TikTok. Please remember the context. We're the minority eh. Majority of people are spending. And the fact that you're using your money to accumulate, you will be massively better off because you are saving. So I want to say this in a way that if you are in a position right now that hindi maganda yung kinalalagyan ng stocks mo, that would have still been better off kesa nagastos mo yung pera mo sa isang bagay na 10-20 years from now, wala na siyang value. And if it's part of your plan to accumulate, kahit down siya, and you are an investor naman talaga eh, don't let anyone ever tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Because as long as you're following your plan and you are being an investor, I see nothing wrong with it. At the end of the day, it's all about you following what your plan is. Okay, La Arnie Narciso, sir, can you make a video about GInvest po? Go to TikTok. Alam ng mga taga-TikTok to. Go to TikTok. I posted a video on that. It's there already. Kakalabas lang niya a couple of days ago. I think Thursday. But I'm also doing a full review on GInvest. It's coming out April 5 naman. So, abangan nyo yan. It's interesting also kasi I think no, it's one of the cheapest ways for you to be able to buy Philippine stocks. 50 pesos lang eh. And then it's one of the cheapest ways also for you to have exposure to global stocks. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Already. But anyways, Eric Tan. By the way, si Eric Tan, he gave me some, I think it was collagen, no, para lalagay ko doon sa coffee. I tried it. Thank you so much for sending me that. And to all of the subscribers that have been sending me stuff, thank you so much. Pagkain yan, yung wife ko yung masaya. But yeah, thank you. Mark Magsumbol, can you make a tutorial about Binance? Comment below what specifically would you want to know about it, and then sige, tingnan natin what you want. Medyo I think no, the difference between Binance is there's so much to unpack on it kasi sobrang dami niyang features, sobrang dami pwedeng gawin bukod sa pag-trade niya. So yung trading platform niya, for those who are into forex, I think it's not a very very tough change and shift for them because ganun yung halos ganun na rin yung tsura nung mga forex platforms eh. But for a lot of stock investors, and then for a lot of people who are not too familiar with how it's constructed, medyo it might be a bit complicated for them. But sige, just put what you want to know, then we'll try to see how we can make it work. But yeah, but those Binance is one of the crypto platforms that I'm using also right now. Anyways, Michael from YouTube asking for dito. Tapos na, Michael. It's one of the first videos that we posted also. Tuwing kailan yung live stream? Wala schedule. As in, super hindi ako nakagawa ng live stream for a very, very long time. Primarily because super busy. So, yun lang. There's just a very significant event also right now na mag-ECQ tayo that I just felt that I needed to give my thoughts on it also, so you come prepared. And please do note no na it's normal for markets that sell downs normally happen, and it comes in different shapes and forms. And we've seen it iba-iba yan. It could be an issue from North Korea, it could be an issue from Iran, it could be an issue because nagtataas na interest rates, and right now it's ECQ in Manila. So it's more of what you do in that situation that will cause you to either be profitable later on or also cause you to lose money as well. Anyways, Pare Hans TV, hashtag Parekoy Motovlog is asking for Jollibee. Do you guys like Jollibee? Please leave it in the comment section if you want us to discuss Jollibee. And siguro kalaban niya, let's look at si PJ. I have videos already in NFT nasa YouTube din. Yun. JFC versus si Amiel Punsalan, galing na explanation nyo sa investment portfolio topic. Welcome. I just love the reason why, by the way, I love those stocks and videos like this is because it informs people on the right way on how they get to trade and invest. And I just love this because it allows me to convey my thoughts to people. And in a world where there's so much negativity, I do hope that this channel, where we have 240,000 subscribers, and in Facebook where we have 170,000 people, and in TikTok na we have 67,000, 70,000 yata tayo sa TikTok, 70,000 sa TikTok, that it be a source of optimism, and it be a source of inspiration to a lot of people, that for a few minutes within the day, they get better, not bitter. And yun. And that's why we do videos like this. So JFC and maybe Uh, Ayan, meron. From Facebook, si JR asking for MPI. What do you guys want more? Jollibee or MPI? Comment below. Waiting for your answers. uh, Jollibee or MPI? Princess Canon, yeah, APL tapos na. Both naman, madami nadadaya kayo, both. Isa lang muna para fair naman for the others. Fair naman for others also. What do you guys want? Okay, mukhang tayo nga eh, mukhang tayo. Sige, let's do JFC na lang. Okay. And then later on, let's see if we can do MPI once again. Okay, so almost similar to a lot of the stocks that we've shown, no, that watch my other video 8 p.m. kanina, YouTube. This is how AC also looks like. That it's sloping downward. You're seeing a stock that's in a downtrend, and that's what we're seeing for Jollibee right now also. That's one. Similar to the other examples, even the Bloom example that I just gave, napansin nyo ba, halos pare-pareho yung itsura niya. Yun yung interesting sa stock market eh. Yun yung interesting also sa technical analysis eh. The names would change, but the way you analyze it, hindi nagbabago eh. That's why when I tell people, especially for those of you who've attended our Stock Smart sessions, that when you use technical analysis, you can trade any market in the world because the techniques, the rudiments never change eh. It doesn't change, and what you learn there is something that sa inyo na yun eh, magagamit nyo na siya over and over and over again. So from a trend standpoint, right now, we're seeing it slope downward. We're seeing it move from a downward trending configuration. That's one. Then, if you look at the moving averages, for those who love moving averages, 100, 50, 20-day moving averages are also bearish. And while all of that is happening, MACD below zero, ADX bearish, although right now RSI is bouncing below oversold levels. And just for the short term, this is its current resistance right here. This is its current support at the 172 mark. Now, I just want to note this, that when you do a lockdown, one of the biggest hit are brick and mortar establishments, and Jollibee is one of them. However, one of the things that Jollibee has done, I'm not sure if you've noticed this, is they've been pivoting and innovating massively online. And not just that, if you've noticed what they've been doing, they've been opening chains outside the Philippines, which is part of their plan din naman, that they want to have more establishments outside the Philippines. And the goal is to earn 50% of the revenue coming from outside the Philippines, which right now I think will pay off, especially that they have exposure in China and Vietnam, which is not as affected anymore by the pandemic as compared to the Philippines. And then if you look at also Western shores from Europe to at least North America, they've started to open up more than what we're doing here. So having a global approach for Jollibee is very, very good for them, that they're not as hit anymore kung yung Philippines lang yung mag-lockdown. Although, syempre, a big chunk of their store footprint still in the Philippines. Pero, in a way, no, when we talk about investments, we talk about diversification. Their portfolio of restaurants are diversified. But that being said, should selling happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, here are the next possible retracement levels for Jollibee. You have one here at the 151 mark. Maybe you could also include the 200-day moving average here as a possible level of retracement. But you have the 151 mark. And then if you'll zoom out once again, you have this right here, 136, then another one here at the 125 level. So those are the retracement levels. Again, the strongest retracement na nagawa ng Jollibee was around the 90 plus level. No, this was around March last year. So right now, I just wanted to interlace this to all of you. If I'll project an uptrend here, right there, ayusin ko lang yung pag dito, right there. Yan. So it's right now sitting at its uptrend that started March 2020. That being said, in my opinion, all eyes should be at the 172.7 mark. Why? Because if that gets broken over the next few days, then this entire upward trending line, and to those who attended the Stocks Mart sessions, you know how strong this is. If this gets broken, we're suddenly seeing Jollibee escape this 1 year uptrend and possibly see retracements downward. So again, support level to watch out for 172. If 172 is broken, next possible areas of retracement are 162, which is where the 200-day moving average is, 151.9, 136.49, and then 125.96. So those are the possible retracement levels. ADX is bearish, MACD is below zero but not showing us momentum. So all eyes will be on how this will impact us next week. I don't know how it will go. No, yun nga lang, yun yung ano sa stock market. No one can have a crystal ball. But you always live by what your convictions are. You always live by ano yung mga signals ninyo on what are you supposed to do. So there, comment below guys if you're learning, if this is something that's helping you. Ang bilis ng oras, naka 46 minutes na tayo. Wow, it's really fun to do this, but yun nga lang, yun yung naging problem ko when we do live sessions. I have to also preserve my voice when I talk as well. But sige, send in some more. SM, Tel, AC, Luigi, SM and AC, we talked about that on the previous video, 8 p.m. YouTube channel. So let's see PLDT and maybe John, yeah, we talked about Pure Gold also in the previous one. Siya yung nag-reverse primarily because of what's happening right now. Okay, guys, comment below. PLDT or green? What do you want us to analyze? PLDT or green? Comment below. 5 seconds. PLDT or green? Okay, madaming PLDT. Yung what do you call this? Dito and PHA tapos na for those who are joining us just now. And by the way, appreciate it. I would highly appreciate it also for those who are watching 278 from YouTube. If you could press the like button because it primarily helps the YouTube algorithm show this to more people. Like lang and then comment lang kayo algo. And then for those in Facebook, appreciate it also if you could make stars tayo. Give me some stars or just share this to your friends. Either way naman kahit hindi okay lang naman. I still do this. I'll still do this kahit wala naman yun. It's just a very, very quick request. Anyways, let's do PLDT. So this is how PLDT is. If you've noticed it, it looks almost the same as how SM Prime, Bloom, Ayala Corp are all looking. They're now all showing us some downward trajectories. So that being said, I just wanted to note this, that this is how Tel was. It had its upward push at the start of the lockdowns last year. Then it started to consolidate. However, something happened also that yung sideways progression niya, a few days prior, nag-breakdown na tayo doon. So, yun. PLDT, upward move at the start of the lockdowns last year, started to consolidate, then boom. A few days ago, breakdown 1264, support level, turn resistance. Right now, you have the 20-day moving average sloping down, which shows you that there's downward bearishness with momentum. Then you also have the ADX right here, showing you that there is bearishness in the stock with momentum. MACD also is confirming everything that we have right here, telling us that how bearish this is at this particular point in time. The 20, the 50, and the 100-day moving averages are also bearish right now. So the thing that's interesting about that, though, from a fundamental standpoint, is PLDT's earnings are good, but not just PLDT's earnings are good. their data slash broadband, I think will still go a very, very long way because lalo na ngayon, internet is everything and they're the backbones eh. So you add any telco company, I think sobrang relevant nila sa panahon natin ngayon. So from a trading standpoint, we're seeing it break down. From a position trading standpoint, we're seeing it in a downtrend. But from an investing standpoint, I think no, this is just a downward push, but the fundamentals are intact. And hindi lang yun. For those like me that love dividends, this gives you a narrative that, teka, the lower it actually goes, the higher my dividend yield will actually be. So yun. Anyways, these are the retracement areas of where PLDT could possibly go. You have one here at the 1174 level, then you have one here at the 1106 level, then you have another one here at the 985 level. The lowest that PLDT hit no was around this level. This was same thing then at the start of the lockdowns last year. So please remember retracement levels should selling happen 1106, 985 and 848. You have a resistance at the 1264 level. Guys, to those in YouTube and Facebook, I'll just say hi also from people in TikTok that's joining us. Wala palang questions from TikTok. Nagjo-join lang sila. Hi sir, pwede po pala mag-invest sa GCash. Oh, GCash has GInvest. So, yun. From TikTok, si Pambihira, Jack Mar, gumagamit ka ba ng Binance? Yes, I have Binance. Sige, yun. Wala pala. TikTok, not much questions. Okay. So anyways, we're now in 51 minutes na tayo. Wow. There's so much questions. I want to answer a lot of them, but okay, this is interesting. Wait lang, I need some water. Give me a few seconds, guys. Sorry. I need some water. This allows me to be able to make the videos longer, I guess. Okay, Alfredo Ang. Sir, magkano po ang ibababa ng stock pag magbibigay siya ng dividend? I got at 11.80 now, 13.30 for X date, 1.25 is April. Well, wala siyang exact na formula, no? Pero it normally goes down in proportion to the dividends that it would give. So, yung expectation, you could expect also that kung kunyari yung dividend yield niya would be around 9%, then there's a possibility that from the time that it would give out its dividends, it would retrace also from that particular level. So yun. Pero ako kasi, Alfredo, yung style ko kasi sa dividends is hinihiwalay ko yung pang-trade ko tsaka pang-invest. That's my style. Meaning, yung trade ko, my selling signal for trading is not really the X date. My selling signal for trading really is either support or resistance or moving average or MACD. So I don't trade based on X dates. I trade based on the technicals. For investing naman, or at least for dividend investing, I just like collecting stocks na nagbibigay sa ng dividends eh. So yun yung rental income ko. So to answer that, walang exact formula, but it normally goes down in proportion to the dividend yield that it normally would give. So you could expect it that yung retracement niya would be somewhere around 8% maybe. I'm not too sure, hindi ko kinu-compute yun masyado. Pero if the yield is around 8-10%, there could be a retracement somewhere around that level. So yun. Anyways, and I by the way, you look Alfredo Ang, look at my video sa YouTube 8 p.m. I talked about Semirara there, and what's interesting about that is it just broke out once again eh. Tapos linagay ko dun yung mga moving averages na pwede tignan. So para hindi lang redundant yung videos, you can just check that there na rin. Okay. We have Kiano asking for PRMX, and we have Kevin Cheng asking for BDO. And then you have Ryan Montesilio. What will we expect from To Go? I'm not actually tracking To Go as much, no, but the biggest news lang kasi that we have for To Go is that Dennis Uy sold his shares. So as you all know, also Dennis Uy is not just selling To Go, pati yung Phoenix niya. So I think he needs to shore up cash for his other businesses. That's why he's actually selling. So yun. But from a fundamental standpoint, no, logistics is the backbone of our economy right now, primarily because I think e-commerce will just continually boom eh. We are at a point no that hindi pa tapos yung e-commerce sa Pilipinas. We're just actually starting, and it's something that's pretty much exciting. If you're asking me what I think are the things that will boom, or at least what are the things that I'm studying, artificial intelligence, autonomous driving, electric vehicles, renewable energy, virtual reality, NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, DeFi. There's so many things, and I'm a big fan of Cathy Wood. Please do note this, that if you want to invest, you always want to be in the right side of change. Meaning, you want to be invested in companies that are disrupting the status quo and are doing things that will make life better. So you want companies that are innovating. You want companies um, that are pushing the boundaries that will make us live better lives. So yon. Mukhang PRMX yung madami nagre-request, or si Keanu lang nagpa-flood nito na PRMX. PRMX na ba? Or si Keanu lang nagpa-flood? Sige, sige, let's do PRMX na lang. By the way, PRMX is not in my normal watch list, but since we're doing this for Stocks by Request, and Stocks by Request really is not for me, it's really for you guys. So this is how it's progressing right now. For PRMX also, I just like to note that a couple of days ago, teka, may parang mali sir. Okay. Couple of days ago, it broke out from the 1.67 level. Then couple of days ago also, it broke out from the 1.955 level. If I'll zoom in here, you will see this though. Last Friday, it dipped below this area here. So please watch out for the 1.955 level, at least for PRMX Kiano. Yung MACD niya though it's still bullish. No change in direction yet. ADX also is bullish, and all of the moving averages also are bullish. It's just that though, ngayon no, two large red candles, and then the 1.955 level did not. It's at least lower than that. So current narrative is, if it does not go back to the 1.95 level, which is a level of support, possible retracement niya will be it goes back here to 1.67. But if next week it pushes above that, so current progression niya will be the 2.28 level. But yun yung sa technical say, you just base things on what you see from the charts. And as of Saturday, March 27, right here, and March 27, breakdown siya eh. Breakdown from the 1.95 level, then you have a large red candle. So until proven otherwise, until it goes above the 1.955 level, I will treat 1.955 as a resistance. And then the possible narrative will be you have a support at the 1.67 level. Although from a trend standpoint, you can put this also all together. You can connect this ano nangyari? Yan, you can connect this as some lows that are increasing as well. Then MACD, ADX showing you that as of this point in time, it still from a trend standpoint is looking at a stock that's in an early stage of it breaking out and going towards an uptrend. So let's just see no gaano kalaking epekto ng kalaking epekto ng news sa ECQ from this particular stock too. So there. Yeah, tapos na. A-Rich for Pure Gold, we've talked about it in the video prior to this, 8 p.m. So there. So there, we've hit the 1 hour mark. I'll try to do another one maybe tomorrow or next week. Let's see if you guys have any questions. If you guys have any questions, just message me via Patreon or Instagram. Then I guess that's it. I'll stop it right now so I can also rest my voice. But for those who want to join us for our technical analysis online Zoom course, link is in the description below. For my books, and for those who want to trade via eToro, Binance, everything is down below as well. I hope nag-enjoy kayo, and I hope that this was something that's helpful kahit almost midnight na here in the Philippines. But I really do enjoy times like this because I just want to give as much value to you guys as possible, and I just want this to be part also of uh, ambag ko, at least sa Pilipinas, that because of this channel in Facebook, in YouTube, this page in Facebook, and this new TikTok channel that we have, it helps lives of people get better. So that's it for now. To everyone joining us, God bless you all. Have a great weekend ahead. And we don't know how the markets will go, how low it will go, how bearish it would be. But what we could do is we can deploy capital. We can follow our risk strategy. We can follow our plan. And the best thing that you can ever do is, as long as you're not following your emotions, in my opinion, that's still a win. If you lose money but you stuck to your plan, if you cut loss but you stuck to your plan, that's still a win for you, because at the end of the day, gumagaling kayo every time you follow your plan. Every time you follow your emotions, that's when you will lose eh. Kasi it does not build strength, it does not build skill, and it doesn't allow you to get better. So that's it for now, guys. I know it's a trying time also for us, but I always do note that things will always get better. And even if things don't get better, sometimes you don't have to wait for things to get better. You just have to make yourself better, because your ability to hit whatever goals that you have towards financial freedom is not waiting for things around you to come to you, but it's about pursuing it for yourself. And control nyo eh. How much cash you save, how much cash you deploy, kung bumagsak man yung market, how you tranche, paano sumalo, or how you even stay in cash. That's something you can control eh. I cannot control everything else that's going on around me, but I can control what I do with the money that's in me. So there, yun lang pala no, hindi ko napansin to. We weren't able to talk about any US stocks for this video, and even cryptos. Yun na lang, put it in the comment sections for the next videos if you have any questions about some crypto coins slash tokens, or some US stocks as well. And then yun, best way to reach me, Patreon or Instagram at Marvin Germo. So that's it for now. I hope this helped you, and I hope this gives you wisdom for how you win in the markets. And to those in YouTube, guys, appreciate it if you could press the like button. To those in Facebook, stars or share, appreciate that as well. God bless you and good night. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart pala. Bye-bye.